Hello and welcome to your messages for the week. Today is Sunday, the 5th of February 2023. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me from this YouTube channel and from my website at deborahjanesutton.com, as well as Facebook. I'm there too. So, beginning of February, that one wanted to come out. It's funny how one always wants to come out when I say the date or refer to the date. So if you haven't already seen the messages for the month of February, take a look I'll put a link in the description and the video in the end screen for you, because those went out this week. And I did another video this week as well, which I've called The Most Important Quantum Truth. So take a look out for that one as well. I'll put a link in the description to that as well in the video in the end screen, because that's a new one. And the reason I think it's powerful, I mean, I did kind of go on a bit in it, but the reason I think it's so powerful is because I think it helps us realize that arguing is futile. And even not if you're arguing, but even just trying to put your opinion across to somebody else, because we never really change our opinion because somebody else has told us the opposite opinion. In fact, when somebody passionately or emphatically tells us their opinion, it actually makes us buckle down and be more stuck in our belief, and defend our belief even more. So when you realize all of this and you understand that your beliefs and your thoughts are resonating at the frequency that you are, then you realize that there's no point in trying to change somebody else's opinion, and there's no point in trying to change somebody else's thought or belief, right? Because it's all about what frequency they're at. But there is a point in helping them change their frequency. Because only by changing your frequency, by raising your frequency, are you going to be able to resonate with higher frequency thoughts and hold higher frequency beliefs that are going to allow you to create a higher frequency reality for yourself. And that's what we're looking for, because the higher the frequency, the more loving, the more joyful, the more caring, the more heaven on earth. That's how we're going to create heaven on earth. So really, instead of wanting other people to think the same way as us, really our objective should be just to help other people raise their frequency. And how do we do that? By loving them. That's the most powerful way. Anyway, that's what the video was about. So, and that's why I think it's such a powerful one. So take a look at that. But raising our frequency it's always going to come back down to raising our frequency. And helping other people raise theirs. Because that's the only way we can help people evolve out of a frequency that's not serving them. And if we're getting angry and resentful and bitter at people not relating to what we're saying, it's going to serve us to raise our frequency out of that. So always raising our frequency towards that of love is the answer. And if you are new to my channel and you want to know how to raise your frequency, there are many, many ways. You can look around the YouTube channel, of course. There's a whole series of lessons in awakening. There's a whole series of self-healing techniques. But also my first book, which is called Heal Yourself to Happiness, it is actually a simple guide to raising your vibrations. And that is free to download from my website at deborahjanesutton.com. The paper copy is available from Amazon. And the second book, Heal Your Soul, is also available from Amazon. So that's a good starter kick. I was going to say a starter kit to raising your frequency, but actually it could be a starter kick up the backside. For raising your frequency and understanding the importance of doing so. I think that's the main thing going on here. So, any other cards? We've got one card that's come out. Any others coming out for now? That one wanted to come out, and any others? Or any others? 4 is often the number. Yep. Let's have a look. They're face down. I have no idea. Let's dive straight in. Here we go. Now, this, of course, swords, this is anxiety, getting wound up, This is when you start wallowing in the pain body, I want to say. Eckhart Tolle calls it the pain body. I can't speak today. The pain body. But that's all part of this. We create our own suffering when we think we know the best path for another, especially those among you who are parents. We nag our kids, we tell them what to do. But you remember when you were when you were a child or a teenager, if your parents told you to do it, you consciously didn't do it. So letting go is the most important thing to do. Letting go of the expectation, letting go of the control, and letting go of needing to control the outcome, letting go of needing to know the outcome, letting go of all of it, because this guy is creating his own suffering. How many times do you lie awake at night thinking to yourself, and all it is that's causing your suffering is your thoughts? It's your own thoughts causing your suffering, nothing else. So it's because we make up stories in our head, don't we? We make up stories about why did this person act that way? It could be because of this, it could be because of that, or maybe it's because of this, let go of it. Let go of it. Put the highest frequency meaning on it. Put the highest frequency thoughts on it, or release all thoughts. And there's some more homework for you this week, because I'll put a link in the description and the video in the end screen to my video on how to detach from your thoughts. That's a powerful one as well. So that's what's going on this week. New action needed, offers and opportunities of new action. Doing things differently, not just thinking differently. This is wands. So this is fire. This is transformation. This is action in the physical world. Physically doing things differently. That's important. Now, the last messages were about making more conscious choices. And if you make more conscious choices, you're going to take more conscious action. So the choice might happen on a thought level, but the actual carrying it out is on an action level. Opportunities and offers to do things differently, to take new action. And because it's come on the heels of this, which is about how you're creating your own suffering, I suggest you start looking at how you think, and how you can let go of those thoughts. And just rise above all thinking. And I think this helps when you study. I'm going to suggest this. I suggested this before recently, the 7 Hermetic principles. When you study the 7 Hermetic principles, it's basically how the universe works. And when you understand how the universe works, you understand how your parts in the universe, you are the whole universe, right? And it helps you understand how you work. And when you understand how you work, literally function, how your reality is created, it changes everything. And then you're going to take new action, loving yourself, looking after yourself more, honoring yourself, acknowledging things that come up, just improving your self-care routine, learning more about who you are, doing things that make you feel good, and stop doing things that don't. Yeah, King of Pentacles. That's where your abundance lies. Okay, so as it comes on the heels, doing things that make you feel good, doing things that you're good at, doing things that bring you joy, doing things that raise your vibration. We come back to that every time. It always comes down to raising your vibration. Always comes down to raising your frequency, because when you raise your frequency, you can rise above the energy of this suffering that you're causing, because this suffering is connected to your thoughts. Your thoughts are connected to your frequency. We've talked about that. So if you want to come out of this suffering and come out of these thoughts, it is about raising your frequency, and it will bring you to this place of abundance. Now, this is practical, it's grounded, it's stable. This is really stabilizing. When you look at life from a higher level of consciousness, this is when you can keep calm when all around you are losing their head. What is that famous poem? If or whatever. And so he's very grounded. He's very calm and stable when everybody else is panicking. And you can observe. This follows on nicely from the the videos I've mentioned today already. Because when you can look at life from that different lens, that different viewpoint, you can observe it as just being physical representation of things that can change through thought. The universe is mental, literally, the principle of mentalism, the first Hermetic principle. When you can change the way you think, you change the physical reality. It's the thought that creates the physical reality, not the physical reality that creates the thought. You think it's that way around. You think that somebody in the physical world has made you feel these negative thoughts. You think circumstances in your physical world is causing these negative thoughts. It doesn't work like that. We know that the physical is created from the non-physical. So by changing your thoughts is the most important thing to do. So anything in your life that's bothering you, falling out with somebody, not getting on with a job or something like that, anything, you can improve it by raising your frequency. That's going to take you to a healthier thought. Oh, it's a new day. It's a new dawning. We can, I can go and apologize about something, or I can go and I don't even have to explain myself. I can, just carry on. And if your frequency rises, your reality's frequency will rise. So then anybody that's concerned, because I think this is about falling out with people for some reason, I'm really picking that up. And so it's about, if you wallow in that, then there's going to be real antagonistic situation going on. Whereas if you raise your frequency, then they will have to raise their frequency, because if they come into your reality, they've got to resonate with your frequency, haven't they? And if they don't, they're not coming into your reality. If they don't, if their frequency isn't the same as yours, they won't come into your reality. So maybe it's a sign that your life is moving on without certain people, or without certain jobs, or without certain activities, without certain thoughts, I want to say. Or it's a sign that you can actually change what is your reality. You can change it through changing your thoughts. Because when you start thinking more positive things, that's got to be reflected back to you as a quantum truth. So the people that you thought you were falling out with, they might come up to you and they might be apologizing, or they might be saying, I'm sorry we fell out, or they might be doing this, or they might just, the whole situation can change. The whole situation can change in one thought. Oh, wow, that's powerful. I just want to sit there with that. If you're having difficulties in the physical world, any kind of stress, anxiety, there's a quantum truth here that your whole reality can change in one thought. Your whole reality can change in one thought. Wow. Your last card, happy families. Happy families. I don't think I need to say much more about that, because the cups, of course, is intuition, spirituality. The more you understand and explore your spiritual nature, the better. It's emotions, going with the flow. It's the water sign. Always following your emotions and working towards feeling a better feeling, feeling a better thought. If you have a thought that hurts you, his thoughts hurt him, and their thoughts don't hurt them. So if you have a thought that hurts you, change it for one that feels better. And cups this is very spiritually guided. The rays show spiritual guidance. And this is good times that come after bad times, or after perceived bad times. Because every time you have a situation like this, you have an opportunity to do things differently. You have an opportunity to rise above. This is abundance, king of abundance, king of resources. He's very resourceful. Okay. And you are now, because you have all these techniques and all these spiritual healing techniques, self-healing techniques, lessons in awakening, whatever you want to call them, to help you raise your frequency, I want to say. And this is the outcome: happy families, just happy, joyful life, just living life to the full. And it can change in a thought. And what I'm getting this week is it can change in a week. However quickly you can change that thought, you can change your life. And there's, I'll put that link in the description as well, because there is an audio book on YouTube by Dr. Dyer called Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And that's what that's about, isn't it? Change your thoughts, change your life. I'll put that, that's homework for you. So that could be the new action that you need to take. Okay. So your homework is your new action, and that's going to help you take new action in your everyday life. And that's what's going to make you more stable, more secure, more resourceful, and more productive. King of Pentacles, he's producing abundance, I want to say, and which leads to happy families. Wow, there's your cards for the week. Quite a lot in there. So let me know what you think. If you'd like a private reading, please get in touch. I'll put a link in the description as well. You can book your own private reading with me. Anything else I need to say? I can never remember at the end, so I'll leave it there. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love to you all. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.